Most drivers waste 20 to 30% more fuel than they need to. Not because of traffic, not because of the car, because of how they drive. I've seen the same car, same engine, same route. One driver gets 25 miles per gallon, another gets 32 miles per gallon. No modifications, no special fuel, just different habits. That difference, hundreds of dollars every year. And over time, it also affects engine wear, carbon buildup, and long-term reliability. By the end of this video, you'll understand the Japanese method that can improve fuel efficiency dramatically, what actually works in real engines, and which habits quietly waste fuel every single day. And near the end, I'll show you the one habit that looks efficient, but actually damages your engine while wasting fuel. What the Japanese method really means. This isn't a trick, it's a system. Japanese drivers focus on smooth load control, predictive driving, engine efficiency zones, not speed, not shortcuts, efficiency. I've worked on engines from Japan with over 200,000 miles. And what stood out wasn't just durability, it was cleanliness, less carbon, less wear, and better fuel efficiency over time. Best habits that save the most fuel. Number 9. Gentle cold starts. No immediate load. This is where efficiency begins. Most people start the engine and drive immediately under load. What makes it different? Cold oil is thick, combustion is less efficient. I've disassembled engines where aggressive cold driving caused increased carbon buildup, higher wear on cylinder walls. Fuel consumption is also higher during this phase. Most people don't realize the first few minutes of driving use the most fuel per mile. The drawback: waiting too long wastes fuel too. The balance is start aero, wait a few seconds, aero drive gently. Number 8. Maintain steady throttle instead of constant adjustment. This is a simple habit, but it makes a measurable difference. What makes it different? Every throttle change affects fuel injection. Rapid changes equals more fuel used. I've tested driving patterns with scan tools and seen fuel trims spike with inconsistent throttle input. Oil analysis over time also shows more carbon buildup in engines driven aggressively. Most people don't realize smooth driving is more efficient than slow driving. The drawback: it takes practice, but once learned, it becomes natural. Number 7. Early upshifting, lower RPM driving. This is a core Japanese driving habit, keeping RPM low under light load. What makes it different? Lower RPM reduces fuel consumption, less combustion cycles per minute. I've seen engines driven this way show less wear and better long-term efficiency. Fuel data confirms lower RPM cruising improves MPG significantly. Most people don't realize high RPM without load wastes fuel. The drawback: too low RPM under load causes strain, so balance is key. Number 6. Anticipating traffic, avoiding braking and acceleration cycles. This is where things get interesting. Japanese drivers focus on flow, not reaction. What makes it different? Every time you brake, you waste energy. Then you burn fuel to regain speed. I've tracked driving data showing frequent braking increases fuel consumption dramatically. Oil analysis also shows more wear in stop-and-go driving because of repeated load changes. Most people don't realize smooth driving isn't about speed. It's about avoiding unnecessary changes. Number 5. Proper tire pressure, but not just normal. This is often misunderstood. Most people just follow the door sticker. What makes it different? Slightly optimized pressure reduces rolling resistance. I've measured fuel efficiency changes from tire pressure adjustments. Even a few PSI can affect MPG. But here's the key. Too low equals more resistance. Too high equals reduced grip and uneven wear. Most people don't realize tire pressure directly affects fuel economy. The drawback? It must stay within safe limits. Number 4. Load-based acceleration, not speed-based driving. This is where most drivers get it wrong. They focus on speed. Japanese drivers focus on engine load. What makes it different? Fuel consumption depends more on load than speed. Heavy throttle equals high fuel injection, even at low speed. I've tested this with scan tools. Two drivers accelerating to the same speed. One gradually increases load, leads to lower fuel usage. One presses harder leads to significantly higher fuel consumption. Oil analysis over time also shows lower load driving equals less carbon buildup and cleaner combustion. Most people don't realize it's not how fast you go, it's how hard the engine works to get there. The drawback? Driving too slowly under load can also increase strain, so smooth, controlled acceleration is key. Number 3, using engine braking instead of constant braking. Now this is where things get interesting. Most drivers coast in neutral or brake constantly. Japanese method uses engine braking. What makes it different? Modern engines cut fuel during deceleration. That means zero fuel injection while slowing down. I've verified this through live data. Fuel injectors shut off completely during engine braking. Oil analysis also shows less brake dust contamination and smoother engine load cycles. Most people don't realize braking wastes energy. Engine braking recovers efficiency. The drawback? It requires anticipation, and that's where most drivers struggle. Number 2, keeping the engine in its efficiency zone. Every engine has a sweet spot, usually around 1,500 to 2,500 revolutions per minute for most engines. What makes it different? This is where fuel efficiency is highest. I've logged fuel consumption data across RPM ranges, and the difference is clear. Higher RPM equals more fuel per mile. Lower optimal RPM equals best efficiency. Engines running in this range also show lower temperatures, less stress, reduced wear over time. Most people don't realize driving outside this range, even slightly, adds up over thousands of miles. The drawback? Traffic conditions don't always allow perfect RPM control. Number 1, consistent long drives. The weekly reset method. This is the one that surprised most people. Japanese drivers often take one longer drive per week, not for convenience, for engine health. What makes it different? Short trips don't allow. Full combustion efficiency, proper oil temperature, complete fuel burn. I've disassembled engines used only for short trips and found heavy carbon buildup, fuel dilution in oil, reduced efficiency, but engines driven regularly at full operating temperature stayed cleaner. Fuel efficiency remained stable over time. Oil analysis confirms less contamination, better viscosity stability. Most people don't realize fuel efficiency is not just about driving style. It's about engine condition. The drawback? It requires planning, but the long-term benefit is significant. What shocked me most from real-world data? Here's what stands out after years of testing. The biggest fuel savings didn't come from one habit. It came from combining them. Smooth driving, correct RPM, predictive control. Together, they can reduce fuel consumption by up to 20 to 30%. Final surprise, the fuel-saving habit that actually wastes fuel. Here's the part most drivers don't expect. Some habits that look efficient are actually making your car burn more fuel and slowly damaging the engine. The biggest one? Driving too gently in the wrong way. Mistake number 1, lugging the engine, low RPM, high load. This is the hidden problem. Drivers try to keep RPM low at all times. Sounds efficient, but it's not. What makes it different? Low RPM plus high throttle equals high load. That increases combustion pressure, fuel injection, carbon buildup. I've disassembled engines driven like this and found carbon deposits on pistons, knock-related wear, increased stress on bearings. Oil analysis often shows higher contamination and fuel dilution. Most people don't realize low RPM is only efficient under light load. The drawback? Lugging reduces efficiency and increases wear. Mistake number 2, excessive idling to save fuel. This is another common misconception, letting the engine idle instead of restarting. What makes it different? Idling burns fuel without moving the car. I've measured fuel consumption at idle, and it adds up quickly. Oil analysis also shows increased fuel dilution in engines that idle frequently, because combustion is incomplete at low temperature. Most people don't realize modern engines are more efficient restarting than idling long-term. The drawback: short idling is fine. Long idling wastes fuel and reduces oil quality. Mistake number 3, coasting in neutral instead of engine braking. This one surprises a lot of people. Drivers think neutral coasting saves fuel. It doesn't. What makes it different? In neutral, the engine still needs fuel to stay running. In gear, engine braking, fuel injection often stops completely. I've verified this through live data. Zero fuel flow during deceleration in gear. Most people don't realize neutral coasting actually uses more fuel than engine braking. The drawback? It also reduces control of the vehicle. Mistake number 4, ignoring engine maintenance while trying to save fuel. This is where everything falls apart. Drivers focus on habits, but ignore maintenance. What makes it different? A dirty engine cannot run efficiently. I've seen fuel economy drop significantly due to dirty air filters, worn spark plugs, contaminated oil. Oil analysis often shows increased friction and reduced efficiency. Most people don't realize driving habits can't fix mechanical problems. The drawback: you lose fuel savings even with perfect driving. Mistake number 5, using low-quality fuel or additives blindly. This is where many drivers try shortcuts. Cheaper fuel, random additives. What makes it different? Poor fuel quality affects combustion efficiency. I've seen engines with increased carbon buildup, reduced fuel economy, rough operation, not from design, but from fuel quality. Most people don't realize fuel consistency matters more than occasional additives. The drawback: short-term savings can reduce long-term efficiency. What actually works? Mechanic summary. After years of real-world testing and teardown, here's what consistently improves fuel efficiency. Drive smoothly. Avoid unnecessary braking. Keep RPM in the efficiency range. Use engine braking. Maintain your vehicle properly. That's it. No gimmicks. No magic products. Just correct driving and maintenance. Final warning: fuel efficiency is not about one trick. It's about consistency, and small mistakes, repeated every day, can cost you thousands over time. If you've watched this far, you now understand what most drivers never do. Fuel savings come from how you drive, not what you buy. But there's one more thing most people ignore, even when they drive perfectly. It's a simple habit that can increase fuel consumption without you noticing. I broke that down in the next video. Click here to watch it before you keep wasting fuel every day.